Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Radha Madhav Jaya, Radha Madhav, Radha Madhav Jaya, Radhe Radhe. Jai Jagannath, Jai Baladev, Jai Subhadra Ma, Jai Sudarshan. Jagannatha Swami Nayana Pathagami, Nayana Pathagami Bhavatu Me. Radhe 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 Madhav Radhe, Radhe 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 Govinda Radhe. Jaya Jaya Jagannatha Kamala Nayana Tribhuvana Kare Jara Charana Bandhana. Sei Jagannatha Bhaja Laya Tarasraya. Jaya Jagannatha Jaya, Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Jaya Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath, Jai Jagannath. Vidagdha Chaturadhira Rasika Sekhara, Vidagdha Chaturadhira Rasika Sekhara. Jai Jagannath Bhajalaya Tarasraya. Jaya Jagannath, 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 Jagannath. Radha Prananath, Jai Jagannath. Bijan Vallabha, Jai Jagannath. Jai Shama Sundara, Jai Jagannath. Jai Jai Gurudev, 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 Gurudev. जय ग्रंथ श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय, ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। श्रीमद् भागवतम 4.29.38। सो अचिरात एव राजर्षे, सो अचिराद एव राजर्षे, स्यादच्युत कथाश्रयः, स्यादच्युत कथाश्रयः। शृणोतः श्रद्धानस्य नित्यदासाद् अधीयतः, नित्यदास्याद् अधीयतः। सो अचिरादेव राजर्षे, स्यादच्युत कथाश्रयः। शृणुतः श्रद्धानस्य नित्यदासाद् अधीयतः। Synonyms. Sah that achirat very soon, eva certainly, Raj Ruse, O best of kings, Syad becomes Achyuta of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Katha, narrations, Ashraya depending on Shrunataha of one who is hearing, Shraddhanasya, faithful, Nityada, always, Syat becomes Adhiyataha by cultivation. Translation. O best of kings, one who is faithful, who is always hearing the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who is always engaged in the culture of Krishna consciousness and in hearing of the Lord's activities, very soon becomes eligible to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead face to face. Constant engagement in the transcendental loving service of Vasudeva means constantly hearing the glories of the Lord. The principles of Bhakti Yoga Shravanam kirtanam Vishnu smaranam Padasevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Saksham Atmanivedanam are the only means by which perfections can be attained simply by hearing of the glories of the Lord. One is elevated to the transcendental position. Next sloka. Yatra Bhagavata Yatra Bhagavata Rajan Sadhava Visadasaya Sadhavo Visadasaya Bhagavad Gunanu Kathana Sravana Vyagrachetasah Bhagavad Gunanukathana Sravana Vyagrachetasah Tasmin Maham Mukharita Madhuvisaritra Tasmin Mahan Mukharita Madhuvisaritra पीयूषशेषसरितः परितः स्रवन्ति पीयूषशेषः सरितः परितः स्रवन्ति ताये पिबन्ति अभितृष्णरूपगाढकर्णैः ताये पिबन्ति अभितृष्णरूपगाढकर्णैः तान्न स्पृशन्ति अश्नतृद्भयशोकमोहा तान्न स्पृशन्ति अश्नतृद्भयशोकमोहा तस्मिन् महन्मुखरित मधुविचरित्र पीयूषशेषसरितः परितः स्रवन्ति ताये पिबन्ति अभितृष्णरूपगाढकर्णैः तान्न स्पृशन्ति अश्नतृद्भयशोकमोहा. Synonyms. Yatra where Bhagavataha of great devotees, Rajan, O king, Sadhavaha, saintly persons, Bisada Asayaha, broad-minded, Bhagavat of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Guna, the qualities, Anu Kathanaha, to regularly recite, Sravana, to hear, Vyagra, eager, Chetasa, whose consciousness, Tasmin, there, Mahat of great saintly persons, Mukharitaha, emanating from the mouths, Madhuvit, of the killer of the Madhu demon, Charitra, the activities of or the character, Piyusa, of nectar, Sesa, surplus, Saritaha, rivers, Paritaha, all around, Sravanti, flow, Taha, all of them, Ye, they who, Pibanti, drinks, Abhitrisaha, without being satisfied, Nrupa, O king, Gadha, attentive, Karnahi, with their ears, Tan, them, no, never, Spusanti, touch, Asna, hunger, truth, thirst, Bhaya, fear, Soka, lamentations, Moha, illusion. Translation. My dear king, in the place where pure devotees live, following the rules and regulations, and thus purely conscious and engaged with great eagerness in hearing and chanting the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, in that place, if one gets a chance to hear their constant flow of nectar, which is exactly like the waves of a river, one will forget the necessities of life, namely hunger and thirst, and become immune to all kinds of fears, lamentations, and illusion. The cultivations of Krishna consciousness is possible where great devotees live together and constantly engage in hearing and chanting the glories of the Lord. In a holy place like Vrindavana, there are many devotees constantly engaged in chanting and hearing the glories of the Lord. If one gets the chance to hear from pure devotees, in such a place, allowing the constant flow of the river of nectar to come from the mouths of pure devotees. Then the cultivations of Krishna consciousness becomes very easy. When one is engaged in constantly hearing the glories of the Lord, he certainly rises above the bodily conceptions. When one is in the bodily conception, he feels the pangs of hunger and thirst, fear, lamentations, and illusion. But when one is engaged in hearing and chanting the glories of the Lord, he transcends the bodily conceptions. The word Bhagavad Gunanukathana Sravana Vyagra Chetasaha, meaning always eager to find the place where the glories of the Lords are being heard and chanted, is significant in this verse. A businessman is always very eager to go to a place where business is transacted. Similarly, a devotee is very eager to hear from the lips of liberated devotees. As soon as one hears the glories of the Lord from the liberated devotees, he immediately becomes impregnated with Krishna consciousness. This is also confirmed in another verse. Satam prasangan mama virja samvido bhavanti hrit Krishna rasayana katha taj जोशनाद आश्व अपवर्ग वर्तमानी श्रद्धारतिर भक्तिर अनुक्रमिष्यति. In the associations of your devotees, the discussions of the pastimes and activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is very pleasing and satisfying to the ear and to the heart. By cultivating such knowledge, one gradually becomes advanced on the path of liberations, and thereafter he is freed, and his attractions become fixed. The real devotions and devotion service begins from there. In the association of the few devotees, one becomes attached to the hearing and chanting the glories of the Lord. In this way, one can cultivate Krishna consciousness, and as soon as this cultivation is advanced, one can become faithful to the Lord, devoted to the Lord, and attached to the Lord, and thus one can very quickly attain full Krishna consciousness. The secret of success in cultivations of Krishna consciousness is hearing from the right person. A Krishna conscious person is never disturbed by the bodily necessities, namely eating, sleeping, mating, and defending. Hare Krishna. नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भागवते उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिके नाम संकीर्तनं जस्य सर्वपाप प्रणाशनम् प्रणाम दुःख शमनम तम नमामि श्री हरि परम. So in these three slokas, the explanation of three slokas presented by Srimad Bhagavatam, that how one person can get perfections. And what is that perfection? Perfection is that one see God face to face, become eligible to see the Supreme Personality of Godhead face to face. How we can see, and before seeing, how we can understand that this person is progressing in Krishna consciousness? How one can understand that he is progressing in Krishna consciousness, he is moving toward meeting this ultimate objective of human form of life? If he can understand the hand of God present in his every moment of life, if he is freed from soka, moha, bhaya, upaha, then he can feel the joys by hearing the narrations of the pastimes of the Krishna. He can feel the joys by releasing the pastimes heard from the mouth of devotees. He is able to free from mascharata, near mascharata, means he is non-envious to the devotees. Like Prahlad Maharaj was tortured by Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu was having only one job to kill Prahlada and gave all kind of torture. His strong connection with Narada Muni, the association of the Narada Muni. Then hearing the narrations from the Narada Muni. Then he got the third point as the remembrance of Krishna. Remembering Krishna in every activities. Seeing Krishna, चौदुके देखे ना देखे तार मूर्ति सर्वत्र है तार इष्टदेव स्फूर्ति. Prahlad Maharaj could see Lord Vishnu being present in every atom and molecule. Anda antarastha paramanu chayantarastham. So elevating to this platform happens through the heart transformations. So these heart transformations happen by realizing the sambandha jnana. Starts from athato brahma jigyasa with a faithful association of great devotees or unwavering faith. When one cultivates athato brahma jigyasa, enough is enough. At least the devotee come to the satiations level that enough is enough. The point of satiations. You can say boiling point. I have been boiled enough. Now the state will be changed from liquid to gas. The boiling point reached. Then a devotee becomes serious in inquiring about the absolute. Sambandha jnana. So at this point, when one is very serious about Krishna consciousness, he put his focus on hearing the narrations of Krishna. Every day, daily studying and relishing Krishna's pastime. Nasta prayesu, avadresu, nityam bhagavata sevaya. See, one can do that along with analysis on his life. You have to become scientist for your own life. Utkramantam stitam vapi bhunjanam va gunanyutam. While enjoying or suffering the three modes of matter nature, you have to become the scientist to analyze the work of God or the hand of God. Vimudhana anupasyanti, those are fool, they cannot see the work of God. Pasyanti jnana chakyusa. A person who is fixed in sambandha jnana with unwavering faith can see the hand of God. So the divine tastes put us in various situations. It is very difficult to see the work of God. Sometimes we are fighting with the devotees. Sometimes We are chastised by devotee. Sometimes we are offended by devotees. Can we understand that there is work of God in all that? Is it possible to see work of God in everything? Not at all possible. Very, very difficult, is not it? Yes, very difficult. When you are in association of devotee, you have given up association of non-devotees, then who is that person will interact with you? Devotees only. And then if Lord has to send some message to you, he'll be putting all that through devotees only. So these things happens. Mudhera mangala tumi अन्यस्यव न evaben edase na bhava para. Never think this servant is not belonging to you. This servant is only belonging to Krishna. This feeling must be there. Sometimes pleasure will come, sometimes pain will come. Both. Seva sukha dukha parama sampada nasai avidya dukha. When something pain comes, something pleasure comes. Both are the mercy of Lord and are fully capable of destroying the avidya. Because we are interested in avidya sukha. Avidya never gives sukha. It gives a perplexence. It gives an illusion of sukha or pleasure, illusory pleasure. But avidya can never be able to give you sustainable pleasure, ananda chenmaya rasa, pleasure that is everlasting and that is from vidya. Can never be coming from vidya. So those who are interested, Sishnodara Parayana Krishna Nahi Paya. Those who are interested for the enjoyment of tongue and genitals, they can never get Krishna. One has to be serious in hearing the narrations of Krishna's through pure devotees. And how can this topic we are discussing, how can he understand that he is progressing? That the analysis or vichar Shakti, Guru can see him, he himself can see him. Seeing other people is very difficult. First thing, first and foremost, is he able to understand the work of God? Sometimes pains come, sometimes pleasure come. Seva sukha dukkha. Is he able to get the blessings by seva or the service? Is he enjoying every service? Sometimes pain can come, sometimes pleasure can come. Sometimes devotee can say something which is not pleasing to you, which is very unpleasing also. But can you understand that this has come from God? When you are in association of the God, because there is nothing can happen without the sanctions of God. He is the only sanctioning authority. Upadrashta, Anumanta, Bharta, Bhokta, Maheshwara. Bhagavad Gita says that. So how anything can happen without his sanctions? Maybe your eligibility and his sanctions. But if you are executing first class devotions, then your sinful life is, means whatever sin you have accumulated, it's not given in charge of dharma or yama. Yama is not in charge. Who is in charge? In charge is Mahatmanastu Mam Partha Daivim Prakritim Asritaha. In charge is directly taken care by Radharani herself. If you are getting chastised because of Your mind is not attached to Radharani, Aparadha. Mind is away from Radha, Aparadha. Apa means away. So a devotee who is unable to realize Sambandha Jnana, who is not able to sustain in Sravana Dasa. Dasa means state. Harinam Jindamani explains in well. So how a devotee enter into Sravana Dasa? Ado Sadhu Sangha. First, when he is mature in associating with the devotees. It's a great difficulty at this age, especially to have association with great devotees and become submissive to them. Because when you have stopped external dealings and you have only dealings with the devotees and you are not in the platform of associating with the devotees, then offenses will only come as outcome. Because work of God is not understood. One should submissively accept the chastisement of God, chastisement of devotees, because the message from Lord will always come through some envelope, and devotees are envelope in front of you. Message of God is to be interpreted by you through the Sambandha Jnana, or the speck of knowledge. Sambandha Jnana जावत स्थिर नहीं, संबंध ज्ञान जावत स्थिर नह, अस्थिर सिद्धांते रहिनु मजिया कृष्ण भक्ति रहिला दूरे. As long as he is not fixed in the relationship with the God, then he is in a state of perplexity, asthira siddhanta. So all that which is supposed to bring a good result, being an adversary result, because of not interpreting the work of God, the work of devotees in his life, he has started taking it negatively or opposite way. Then what kind of association he is supposed to receive from Lord? The first point is that he should understand the work of God, should able to interpret the interactions from devotees. Whenever a senior devotees, leave this concept of senior and junior, because this has destroyed a lot. This philosophy of not interpreting seniority and junior, all that has destroyed a lot in present association of Krishna consciousness. These interpretations, because most of the times this seniority word is misutilized by seniors, and the junior devotee is incapable of interpreting the instructions from seniors as blessings. Rather, interpretations happens, it is his self-vested interest that caused me troubles, and it is his selfish interest only that appears with all logic and all visible symptoms. So everybody apply his own mundane logic and all the symptoms he sees in the surrounding. So interpretation is like that. Surrounding is given by Krishna. Whatever visible symptoms you see is given by Krishna. Interpretation is coming from your mind. Is it coming from Bhagavad Purana, Srimad Bhagavatam, or from your mind? So this age of Kali, it is very difficult to practice Krishna consciousness. But this age of Kali is the only swift boat which can elevate your state of Krishna consciousness within 10 to 15 years. What to speak of? Because your lifetime can be 60 to 70 years. First 10, 15, 20 years, you cannot practice so seriously Krishna consciousness. To get the Sambandha Jnana, you need sufficient time, right? But once you get Sambandha Jnana, enter into Sravana Dasa. Then you will get Varana Dasa. Varana Dasa means You have accepted Kṛṣṇa as your master. How can you see Kṛṣṇa? How you can see the work of God without accepting Kṛṣṇa as the master of your life? Who is the master of your life? Your mind or Kṛṣṇa? When mind becomes subservient to Kṛṣṇa, then your Varana Dasa, mind accepts Kṛṣṇa as the only master. Then he is able to interpret. And what is the visible symptom of such devotee is that he surpasses the tipping point. The boiling point I told you, that is the starting point of devotions to enter into Shraddha, the state of, the first initial state of coming to Krishna consciousness is Shraddha. So this Shraddha gets destroyed by improper association, not understanding the work of God. So one must understand the work of God. If he is able to interpret the work of God, able to tolerate, or what to tolerate, when one is able to interpret the right way, then there is no question of tolerate. Tolerate means there is some problem. Scripture says, Vishayata Dhiya, you must tolerate. Your interpretation is wrong, yet you tolerate, practice toleration. But when your interpretation is right, then there is no question of tolerate. You understand this has been said by Krishna. All right, everything that Krishna do for me is always the right. Mudhere mangala tumi anuseva. Tumi bigya ami agya. Amara mangala ami nahi jani. I don't know where is my good, but you know. I am in Astra Siddhanta. I am not fixed in Sambandha Jnana. Sometimes I am interpreting the way of Bhagavata Siddhanta, sometimes as per my mundane calculations. So I am not expert. I am Agya. Only you can interpret. And if you have given me something, you have always given a right thing to me. Father never gives wrong thing to the child. I was giving that example of NSG guard. You know, how much training NSG guard undergoes. He is trained like in fire, in water, with heavy stones. I no need to explain in detail. Everyone of you know who protects the Prime Minister, say Modi, NSG guards. To become NSG guard, what are the difficulty level they undergone and have become NSG guard? Now you throw stone, put fire, or whatever you do to NSG guard, they are capable of protecting themselves. They have not become NSG guard just by getting offer letter and joined. They undergone rigorous trainings. Out of many filtrations, at the end, only few becomes NSG guards. Right. So this level of accepting the trainings, they may say that, oh, these army peoples are torturing me. But yes, by logic, by symptoms, it appears to be torture. If you do not see what NSG guards do, then you will see these are tortures. I cannot sustain the torture. You run away. So the association of the devotee. Association of the devotee is excellent. It should be like umbrella. Umbrella. It should not be one spoke and over that all the tent is depending on one spoke, and that spoke broken, everything got lost. Sadhu Sangha should be like umbrella. What is umbrella like Sadhu Sangha? There are 24 spokes in umbrella, maybe less, maybe more. If one spoke broken, it the umbrella sustains. Shiksha Guru, Diksha Guru are the spokes. There can be one Diksha Guru is the central point, but there will be Shiksha Guru as the spokes. If some spokes broken, others are there to protect. Umbrella-like protections. One should take Sadhu Sangha, umbrella-like protections. One should interpret the work of God in everything. And one should see the vision of Vision, suppose there are 3, 4 sisters, brothers and sisters. How father sees all these brothers and sisters. That is the vision of, see, you can see what Krishna would have interpreted, what Guru would have interpreted. You all are God brothers, suppose. How Guru would have seen me. The vision of Guru, when interacting with the God brothers, can you see the vision of Guru? Going one level up, within your platform, we cannot see the truth. You have to go the upper level. You have to raise above to see the clarity in a big picture. To see the big picture, we have to raise above. So with this level, we can get more concrete foundations in Shraddha and enter into Sravana Dasa. Once we enter into Sravana Dasa, then our Kirtanam is gradually manifest and Vishnu Smarana will come automatically. Sri Nama Smarile Rupa Aise Sange Sange Nama Rupa Bhirnanay Nache Nana Range. Sri Nama Smarile Rupa Aise Sange Sange. As soon as you chant the holy name, the holy form of Supreme Personality of Godhead. This is the meaning of the sloka which we read. 29.38. That Supreme Personality of Godhead, you are eligible to see Supreme Personality of Godhead face to face. Whenever you chant the holy name of Krishna, Krishna himself manifests in your tongue. अतः श्री कृष्ण नामादि न भवेत ग्राह्यम इंद्रियम सेवा उन्मुखो हि जिह्वादौ स्फुरति अद्यः. This process of Krishna consciousness is so sublime that if you are not trained in utilizing all the senses for service of Krishna, at least you utilize your tongue. Speak very loving word. Associate very nicely by very sweet word with the devotees using your tongue. And to sustain this body, you need sometimes food, shelter, eating, sleeping, defending, matting, all these are there. But the bare minimum sustenance is food, and you can eat Krishna Prasad. So if you utilize this tongue very carefully, then definitely most of the things are covered. In this age of Kali, it is very difficult to utilize all other senses, but you can utilize tongue very easily. Unless you utilize the tongue in glorifying Krishna and his devotees, whoever he may be, who gave you the association of Krishna, who narrates something about Krishna, you should glorify him with choicest word, not offending him or not giving him pain through your harsh words. The first thing is your tongue. And taste nice Krishna Prasadam. Who is able to do Kirtan, glorify Supreme Personality of Godhead, and do Japa. All is utilized by Jiva. And this Jiva is the gateway to see Krishna. So without utilizing the tongue properly in the service, and without getting the right Sangha, you might get Sadhu Sangha, but you have to do Sadhu Sangha by the virtues of your sanskara, the training that you have got by your spiritual master and accepting the training with humility. Amanitam, adambhikam. These two are the foundations. Amanita means humility, adambhika means prideless. Dambha gives you, it gives you the pride and it makes your heart like a stone. And all that activities you do becomes like a showcase. You just wanted to show to other people and not ready to accept the work of God and the work of the devotees that Krishna want to put you and elevate you. Krishna want to put you through some devotees. Sometimes they work in a different way than your expectation. Sometimes it might appear to be like selfish. Sometimes it appear that devotees are very self-interest and they are working against my interest. Yet, here is a work for you to do. Here is the role of you to interpret them and accept it as satam prasangam mamavirja samvido bhavanti hrutukana rasayanaya katha taj josanad asu apvarga vartmani sadha ratir bhaktir anukramisyati. So gradually, by the association of the pure devotees, when you have the association of pure devotees, then discussions of the pastimes and activities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead is taken place with the pleasing and satisfied ear. The heart get transformed. By cultivating such associations, one can very swiftly enter into the path of perfections. Thereafter, he is automatically freed from the attractions of the senses and is completely attracted to the senses of Krishna. Rusikena Rusikesa Sevanam Bhakti Ruchate. And the devotional service begin from there. So Satam, giving up the association of the devotees, maintaining yourself in a dambha, pride, till the end of the life, you will not able to come out of these things. Dambha must be given up. Dambha means who can? I'll see. I'm a devotee. I'm practicing Krishna consciousness for 15 years, 20 years, or 25 years. I must be respected. How can they treat me like that? Dambha. And this dambhika covers like a cloud the chanting of holy name. One cannot penetrate into the work of God, cannot see the God. Yeah, if you want to see the God, if you understand the work of God, then you have to interpret with the vision of the Guru and vision of Shastra. Sadhu, Guru, Shastra, Atma Rupe, Karana, Anusilana. The guidance is given by Krishna, and you have to raise yourself to the platform of surrenderness by this Sambandha Jnana. Regular hearing. Who will give you this Sambandha Jnana? As soon as Sadhu Sangha starts, the hearing of Sambandha Jnana. The next point is that if you are able to get the association of pure devotees, when you live with pure devotees, especially in Guru Ashrama, in my early days of Krishna consciousness, I got the opportunity by Guru Maharaj himself called me to stay in his association in Kolkata office. So this opportunity of staying with Guru and the pure devotees activities is completely dedicated for the service of Krishna, knowing them how a pure devotee works 24 hours for Krishna and dedicating yourselves, especially spiritual master and pure devotees. Whatever they say, you simply follow them, then the protection is very strong. Maya has no ability when you are protected by pure devotees. with true Sambandha Jnana to disturb you. Maya can never disturb you. So all this bodily conception, the attachment for eating, sleeping, defending, matting can at once destroyed when you are in association of pure devotees. Thirst, fear, lamentations, illusion, all these pangs of bodily conception of life is at once destroyed when you serve under the shelter of bona fide representative of Krishna. Your mind's absorption in Krishna consciousness is like the constant flow of the river. The nectars that comes from the mouth of the pure devotees that give you the taste and transform your heart completely absorption into the service of Krishna consciousness. So Mahaprabhu gave 5 instructions. Sadhu Sangha, Nama Kirtana, Bhagavata Sravana, Mathura Vasa Simurtira Sadhaya Sevana, Sakala Sadhana Sreshta, Ei Pancha Anga, Krishna Prema Janmaya Panchera Alpa Sangha. Sadhu Sangha is the initial point. When one is able to do Sadhu Sangha properly, then he will do Nam Kirtana. And Mathura Vasa will happen to him. One must be attracted to stay in a holy place like Vrindavan, where he is protection all around, umbrella protection, which I explained that. When everywhere you can see sadhu, then you are fully protected. Sometimes your faith can flicker by seeing that one of the devotees is not in the right platform or not behaving in the right way. Then other sadhus will, the association of other sadhus will gradually protect you from that offense, and again your Shraddha will be reinstated. That's why sadhu sangha is essential. But এই তো বৃন্দাবন রে ভাই, এই তো বৃন্দাবন, যাহা আমার গুরুদেব সেই তো বৃন্দাবন. There is Vrindavan where you are Guru present, and you may not be in association with directly physical association with the Guru, but you are in a Bani association of the Guru. You are obeying the order of Guru, maybe staying away, but you are with your Guru. And if your Guru's instructions are within your heart, then Krishna is with you. And that is Vrindavan. Then deep Shraddha develops to serve the deities, who is Krishna himself. And such person who serve deity, he also sees Krishna within every living entities. Bhagavata Bhava. Even though sometimes he feed a person with prasad, he knows that that is the place or temple of God. Hare Krishna. So, any questions? Hare Krishna.